Hello gang, and welcome to another tutorial guideline on how to take your PS3 Slim and make a fan mod out of it to cool down your CPU and GPU inside the motherboard. So I have the PS3 Slim 2001 model right here, and right over here is the PS3 Slim that I modified and created a custom fan mod which allows the fan to suck more air, cool air, to go in and cool off the CPU and GPU. So basically I'm trying to show you guys a simple way of doing this to avoid the yellow light of death or any of the problems, to avoid overheating of your PS3 if you're playing extensive gaming for many amounts of hours. So basically what I did was got this custom 120 millimeter honeycomb fan filter, and underneath that is the filter to avoid the dust filter for avoiding dust going in there. Other than that, this is one of the simple guides I will show you as the first step. The second step, later on, if you want to follow through the guide, if it becomes difficult, you should be fine with this. The other guide I'm going to do is puncturing holes in a circular pattern to put another external fan over here so it could suck the warmth out of the back end of the motherboard of your PS3 Slim. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this puppy and open it up. We'll begin starting it out right now. Alright, we're at the back compartment of the PS3 Slim right now. We're going to open this up to begin the fan mod. So basically I'm gonna open up specific areas including the hard drive component and remove the hard drive. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove that. Okay. Not the hard drive. We're going to remove the 3 security Torx screws from here, T8s. Once the 3 T8 security Torx screws are removed, we're going to remove 5 of the screws out of the back of the PlayStation 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's another one, so it's total 6. This one is just empty. So we're going to use this tool to remove these bumper corners with a Phillips screwdriver. Once we remove the screws, also remove the warranty sticker. Basically, there's a screw underneath that. All hidden. So it's a total of 7 screws. Remove that as well. There we go, and you should be fine. Removing the lid, okay? And you could take your time in cleaning this as well. You could use a dust blower or vacuum it. That's what I'm going to do right now. Then after that, I'm going to measure out specifically where to do the circle with our circular cutter that I'm going to use with my drill. You could also identify it, how the dust is does the flow and leaving the remainder of dust particles around the inside of the PS3 Slim. So you could identify it like that, or use your ruler. So to verify whether in inches or centimeters, for example, that's about close to about an inch. Yeah, about an inch. And in centimeters, it's about 2.5, close to 3 centimeters, I would say. Yeah, 3 to play it safe. So the diameters starts from 3 to 14 centimeters in inches. It's about 1 inch to around 5.5 inch. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to do the markings on that from the outside lid, clean this up, and go about it from there. Later on I'll show you the second part of how to remove this and do the other compartment for the secondary fan compartment mod. But let's start with this for newbies who are interested in doing this and be comfortable in working along. Some people are not, so I'm just starting off with this first step to go about your PS3 Slim lasting longer, and then after that I'll go to the second part. Alright, so I took the lid off, and this is one of the filters that I'm going to use, and it's a 120 filter, 120 millimeter computer fan filter, and I'm going to position it right there and do a circular positioning of where I'm going to mark and drill with the circular buzz. So basically that's what I did. Center around there. Now when you're doing it, also feel the plastic screw holdings. So the next step is when you're drilling these holes to put the bolts or screws in, or whether if you want to use a hot glue gun, you're more than welcome to use a hot glue gun for this procedure as well if you're done with the drilling process. But if you are, you want to also monitor where, so like over here is empty, over here is a screw holding, and over here, let me just position this right, over here is another screw holding, which was that where the warranty tag was. It's distant from it, and all the way into the back there's nothing, so I'm good. So I marked it, and what I'm gonna do is use the 120 millimeter screw cutter with my drill, and so basically I'm gonna go through here and cut it. Take your time with this, because when you're cutting it, it's gonna smell bad, burning plastic almost like. So be sure you take your time when you're doing this. Just monitor the areas that you're gonna cut. So just looking at it right here. Okay. Alright, it's going in there. So right now, just gonna, safety purposes wise, I'm gonna just monitor this. Alright, it's good. Go on a little bit more. Alright. Go. Almost there for the circular positioning. Alright, as you see, the compartment is removed. Just take your time and pace yourself while you're using the drill. It'll smell like burnt plastic because with the velocity speed it's going and cutting through, it's heating up the layout when you're cutting the disc. It's going to give you a position of 120 millimeter in diameter. Okay, we're going to clean off the edges right around here and then begin our process of doing the other drill compartment for putting the filter in and the dust filter inside the back compartment. Alright guys. Alright, so once we've done with the hole opening, what we're going to do now is take the filter that we have in hand, and if you want to get one of these filters, check out the description for the link. And there's so many varieties of designs for these air filters. They're pretty cool. So basically what we're going to do is now it's up to you whether if you want to do this or not. You could either super glue it and hold it in position, or you could drill the holes and put small bolts or screws to go about it. So I'm marking the areas where I'm going to position these bolts, screws, just double checking the position of those screw holdings too. Okay, alright, go about it and go screw in, drill. Got that area too. Okay. This is a clear right there where we're going to drill the area. Okay. A little bit more. Alright, got through there too. Alright, as you could see, not too close to the Phillips screwdriver area. These are our M5 screws, usually standard for screwing in fan filters or computer fans and stuff like that. Just evaluating my screws, checking to make sure that they fit as good as possible. We're going to do it gradually, one by one, not screw it in too tightly as of yet, just to measure it out and fit them into the designated holes. And there you go. Nice design. And now we're going to reverse the other end and put our mesh air filter. Understand where it's positioned. We might have to cut areas around the designated spots. So use our hot glue gun to stick the designated area accurately as possible. Alright. Getting to those areas, we're gonna glue the sides. To hold the filter in place. And let's check it out how it looked on our PS3 Slim. And there you have it. Pretty cool, sleek in design, amazing look. So far, I've tested this out and it's been running smooth, cool around 50, 55, or 60 centigrade. And I mean, it's been good so far. It hasn't gone up to 70. The second step, I mean, if you're willing to try, the second part is adding our computer fan here, which we're going to get into to obtain this compartment of the plastic backing, where we're going to do 120 millimeter circular cut. And the reason why that's another process is that the CPU and GPU is right here as well in the backside. So even though it's ventilating, if you're playing very extensive games that uses a lot of graphic resources and processing speed, like GTA, Last of Us, so on and so forth. Right now I'm not getting any ideas, but anything that is graphic extensive still could overheat. So my secondary precaution is opening here and adding that computer fan, where I'm gonna put it where it could suck out. So basically, while this is sucking in right here, it's blasting the vents from the back of the PS3. So I'm like having another option here to exhale it out. Whether if you lay it flat onto a horizontal stand, I would recommend putting legs. Otherwise, I'm gonna put mine as a vertical position. So that's the next step. So if you're happy with this and just fine with this setup, that's understandable. And if it's too difficult for you to do the next step, that's fine. If you think later on that you want to do it, that's what I'm going to get into right now. All right. To begin with, we're going to start off by removing to power out of the PS3. And then we're gonna unscrew these specific areas. Yeah, the two screws that are right there. Sorry about the lighting condition. Two screws on the side of the power source. All right, there we go. Once you got those, should be easy to remove. Like so. Yeah, those were it right here on the sides. Okay. Next step on the antennas, the wireless and the Bluetooth. There should be tape right over there on the side holding the wires. We're going to pry through the tape gently. Next step is removing the ribbon like so. And pulling it. Like that. Sorry about that. Yeah, what I did was remove that upwards and pull the ribbon cable out. The next step, we're gonna remove the screw that's holding the Blu-ray drive. Gently remove the antenna cable for the Bluetooth and the wireless. Cable's not easily coming out. We can remove the drive, unplug it. Okay. Okay, get that out of the way. So, unplug the drive from there. Okay. Okay. There's the drive that we removed out. And the power connector. that. We're going to clean this up. And so basically, I could already see the indentation of the two squares of the CPU and the GPU from the dust. And it's right over there. So that means I would have to cut a circle right in that area to get an understanding. Alright, so that's going to be the next stop, and I'm going to clean these up right now. Alright, I'm going through the process using a circular drill to cut through. Alright, so far so good. Got it open. Alright. Now that we're done with the circular drill and drilled our opening in the back of the PS3 Slim, I positioned my computer fan here. It's a 120 millimeter IGO, and I'm going to use it as an exhaust to suck out the heat from the CPU and the GPU, because the front of the system, the way that the fan works is that it's sucking in the cool air, and this is going to exhaust out from the back and from the vents from the rear. Or I should say under the PS3 and back of the vents. So what I'm going to do is open up some holes with the drill and put some screws in there so it could be positioned accurately. Alright, now that we have it positioned accurately and drill the hole bits. Alright, now we're going to put our mesh to avoid dust getting in there, our dust filter. Alright, screw it in. Okay. Now I put one screw to hold position the fan, okay, while doing this process. So there's that screw that I put right in there. So before I do that, let me just do this other area as well. Okay. All positioned well. Alright. So now I'm gonna check it out, how it's working. I'm gonna give you a couple of options of how to use the 4-pin Molex or the 3-pin connector to connect and power on the fan. Alright, now that we've have the fan connected to the back of the PS3, we're going to find a way of turning on the fan. There's a couple of solutions for this. For the power source, we have either option A. You could get a 3-pin to USB connector. It's about, I don't know, 6 inches in length. And you could connect it to the 3-pin connector. So you have two connectors on the fan, a 4-pin Molex and a 3-pin connector. So we could connect it to the 3-pin connector and plug it into one of the USB ports of the PS3, and it probably takes about 5 volts in electricity, so it's pretty decent to run. While my secondary option is getting the 12-volt adapter with a 4-pin Molex. Alright, and with that I'll connect it directly onto this. Okay, and plug it in. And it also comes with its own power on-off switch. There you go. Pretty quiet. If you guys could hear that, yeah, that's pretty quiet. When I was doing the drilling process, should have probably done about 110 or 100 millimeter circular cutting position for this. Have slight openings. I mean, it's not that bad. Maybe I'll hide it with, cover those gaps with the hot glue gun. Otherwise, it's pretty good. A-okay. And there you have it. It's pretty good. It's running well, quiet. And that's pretty much it. Now we're gonna reassemble our PS3 back together and go and finalize our system from there. Alright, and here we are with the finishing touches. Putting in all the torque screws in, making sure that they're secure. Alright, yeah, they're all secure and tight. Now the final step before we finish up, PS3 Slim, figured I'd put another one of these filters over the fan, just in case. And then once we're done with that, our project is done with the fan mod. So got the M5 screws right here. That's what it looks like with the honeycomb grill. Now connect it one more time. To the AC adapter, 4-pin Molex. Okay, done deal. Plug it in. And there you have it. And you are done with the fan mod for your PS3 Slim. Front fan mod for the internal fan inside the PS3, and for secondary fan mod purposes, the computer fan 120mm IGO fan mount with the white LED with the honeycomb grill, in the back portion of the PS3. And that's the pretty simple guide, guys. Your PS3, if you want your PS3 to be cool and not having any malfunctions whatsoever from overheating, causing the yellow light of death, I recommend this mod. Yeah, it sticks out a little bit. I mean, but for what it does, I mean, if you're fine with this first setup, you don't have the patience for doing the secondary fan mod, I could understand. But I mean, if you're an extensive gamer, I would highly recommend it for game extensive plays. I mean, Grand Theft Auto, Last of Us, any of the Final Fantasy games, anything that is extensive with the CPU and GPU, and you're playing loads of hours of gaming, I recommend it. So I've seen people, if you want to lay it flat in the horizontal format, I've seen people buy mount stands to measure it out, and same, I guess, thickness of the fan to elevate it. But otherwise, I'm putting my PS3 up vertically most of the time, and I mean, the procedure is very simple. Just giving you an idea of it's that simple. I'm gonna hide these cables just to give you an idea what it looks like, how thick it is with the fan. I mean, other than that, it's totally not that bad, but gives you an idea what it looks like, and makes your PS3 last longer without having the yellow light of death. Alright, hope this procedure was helpful. Hope this mod was helpful for you guys. If you have any other further questions, let me know. Post on the comments. Other than that, enjoy your day, guys, and I'll be waiting for you guys for the next guide and tutorial. Until next time, guys, have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the guide. Let me know if you have any other further questions. Take care.